Hey guys, Shelbë with I'm here. Wanted to very quickly, as per usual, do a quick blog video going through my most recent blog. The title of this blog is Scale B2B Software Lead Generation with a Full Funnel Digital Marketing Strategy. Pretty long title, but pretty interesting concept. This can kind of really work for anybody with a sales team, not just B2B software. Lead generation is similar in any industry. It's hard in traditional sales cycles. It's typically your sales team reaching out via email or phone, finding people through LinkedIn. It's a very long, tedious process. And implementing an inbound digital marketing strategy is a really, really good way to stop putting so much pressure on your sales team, stop making them spend so much time on something that can be done a lot quicker or done a lot easier, and it can free them up to spend more time actually nurturing their leads and completing the sales cycle, which is what they specialize in. So I'll just kind of dig into it. So digital marketing, we've started to see that buyers are moving further into the digital space. According to Accenture.com, the statistics, I believe, are from either 2017 or 2018. So just based on how things are moving, these percentages might be even higher now in 2020, and will continue to go further and further. Unless we hit some strange stopping point where everybody hates digital. So according to Accenture, 61% of B2B transactions start online, and 58% of customers use social media as a research channel. So what we're seeing is more and more people are moving online to do their research, to where they even find these things, which kind of suggests a little bit of inbound, because people are finding these things and they're the ones reaching out. And then in fact, most customers are about 57% of the way through the buying process before they've even met with a company rep, which really shows us the importance of being forthcoming with the information that a buyer cares about. We want to be able to provide things like price. We want to be able to provide the features, things that make you stand out for your competition, your unique value prop. That sort of stuff needs to be easily accessible so that the buyer can feel more confident and feel more informed going into a meeting with you, whether it's a demo or whether it's like a discovery call, something like that, before they are willing to, lock down 30 minutes of their time in a day, which is pretty valuable for a lot of decision makers. They want to know, is this worth my time? Is this even going to work for me? And if you can't answer that on your landing page or on your website, they're just going to go ahead and skip on to the next person whose ad they saw for the same solution. So it's a really good way to differentiate yourself and give them all the information that they need in an easily accessible place. So I kind of, I dig into that a little bit in the blog. A well-optimized landing page is an excellent way to provide all this information to somebody. So you have, your ad, you send them to this landing page, and it's got, maybe it doesn't have the price. There's kind of pros and cons to putting your price on there. So I'll leave that decision up to you. But things like, what features does it have? Maybe you have a chart where it's oh, we have these features and the competition does not. Proof that shows that the benefits of the software are worth the cost. Maybe it's $400 a month, but the people who use it, you have some proof that they get an ROI of, 3, for every dollar they're spending, they're making $3. Maybe that's not perfect, but something that shows that it's valuable, that it's worth it, that the investment is worth the time and the money. And then, reviews and things like that, just things that really push the value and answer their questions. So these were some really good questions to ask yourself while you're kind of formulating your landing page. And then I kind of go into the benefits of paid and organic and kind of the differences between them. So landing pages should be used in conjunction with both paid and organic inbound digital marketing strategies. So I have this little graphic. So the paid channels, LinkedIn, Facebook ads, Google ads, Bing, all sorts of ads, they tend to cost more than your organic traffic, but they do have a much shorter time to results, just on average. I highly recommend that you take this with a grain of salt, just because it's not like you're going to set up your ads and next day you're swimming in leads. It's going to take, each platform, each ad platform has its lead up. They each have like a learning phase. I believe Google and Facebook typically take about 7 days. LinkedIn is probably about the same. Actually never says it, which is interesting, but yeah, you'll have to spend some time letting them go through their learning phase, and then you yourself are going to have to learn and optimize. You can set up the greatest strategy in the world, but it may not work. It really depends on the time. It really depends on your strategy, your settings. So you'll have to spend some time optimizing there. You might take a few months before you're really starting to kind of hit stride with your ads. And then on the other hand, we have organic, which I say low cost. Again, grain of salt. Your SEO strategy, your organic strategy can very easily cost more than your paid strategy, depending on what you are implementing and the frequency of like your blog posts and things like that, who you have employed to write copy for you and to manage your website and to monitor your SEO results. It can build up, and it does take longer overall than paid ads, just because the algorithms on the search engines take a little bit longer to they don't check every day. The website or the SERP crawlers do not crawl your website every day. You can sometimes kind of push it to do it a little bit more if you do like a manual request, but every day they're not doing that. It can take months, it can take years, it can take quite some time to start seeing results with your strategy. And then again, with the who you're hiring, how much content you're putting out, whether it's you doing it, which is your time, or you have hired people or you're contracting people to write copy for you, which is money, it can add up. The thing that makes it low cost is that you're not paying for every click or for every impression. You're just, whenever it shows up, it's free. If somebody clicks on it, that's free. So that is kind of where the low cost comes from. So grain of salt. And yeah, so it's important to consider how competitive the landscape of your industry is, how competitive it is for like target keywords. Paid marketing is going to cost more, and organic strategies will take longer in highly competitive industries. So keep that in mind when you are making your plans and you're looking for your results. If you're, doing a organic strategy and you're targeting keywords that have a difficulty of 75 or above, and your domain authority on your website is like a 10, you're not going to see results very fast. You'd be much better off looking at keywords that are lower volume, but maybe a little bit closer in line with your specific offering. If they're, if they're maybe like a 50 or a 60, you'll have a much higher chance of being able to rank higher for those keywords. And yeah, that was really about it that I wanted to cover. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments. You can message us on any of our channels, on Facebook or on LinkedIn. We're more than happy to answer any questions you have. And yeah, thanks guys. Have a good one.